What's good, everyone? Pete here at Spawn Fly Fish, and you know what time it is. Time for a little cup of coffee and time to tie some bugs. So, by all means, grab your vise, grab your tools, let's have some fun. Let's get into this bug today, shall we? In the vise, we do have the Ahrex NS110, again in a size 2, and yes, we're still in the mindset of pink salmon here. For the bead, I've got the Plummeting Tungsten bead. This is a size 7/32 or 5.5 millimeter in metallic pink. Love that bead. And then I've got 6 wraps of 0.025 lead-free wire in the back to keep everything in place. And I'm going to get some thread going here, just some 6/0 pink. And as always, yes, 140 would be great. Even up to, I say, 200, 210, whatever you got, let it go. That's the way to rock out. So grab your thread and get to it. Tie something. Just going to give myself a little indicator here, going roughly right above that hook barb as far as where I want the tail to be tied in. And today, yes, we are tying a bunny leech. And keep in mind, I know a lot of you out there already know how to do this, a bunch of different ways, but there are always new people joining and subscribing. So every once in a while, I've got to review some of these older sort of gimmies, right? And even though a lot of us know it, there are some of us that maybe don't. And so this is a fun way to have a little refresher. And yet we're going to change it up a little bit and make it still fun and interesting. Starting with the tail. I'm not using Magnum Rabbit here. I've got a Spawn Polliwog tail, and this is the original pink. This is not the fluorescent pink or hot pink. This is just pink. And so measure where I want that tail to be, and then transfer that measurement to my off tying hand and simply tie in. And really want to make sure this is tied in well. This is going to provide a ton of movement so that that tail that's typically tied with Magnum Rabbit kicks, right? So does this tail. It absorbs water and you cannot get it to stop moving. And I'm telling you, it is the most underrated product right now, I think, in fly fishing or fly tying. And maybe I'm a bit biased, but it flat out puts fish in the net. For our next element, we are going to put some flash in here, and I'm going back to something I've used in the last couple vids here, just a little Kreelex from Montana Fly Company. So this is their Fish Flash Kreelex in pink. I just want this kind of cascading over this tail. I don't necessarily want just 2 strands per side. So how do I achieve that? Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm going to veil this over my thread, like most applications that I do here on camera, and nothing real crazy, nothing real fancy. Just want to get this up on top, right? So we've got that section that stays together now because it's just veiled over the thread, and I can lay it down however I want. Well, again, to get that cascading sort of feel or look, I'm just going to mash down with my thumb, re-grip with my off tying hand, and now get these fibers tied back to where the tail's tied in. And at this point, you see how it's going to cover most of that tail and have a lot of flash no matter which way it's moving. And that's exactly what I was looking for. And so at this point, just go ahead and cut at an angle and that flash roughly where the tail ends. Nothing to it. A lot of bling bling on that little tail right there. And now let's get into what makes this a bunny leech, namely some bunny. So this is Crosscut Rabbit in salmon pink. Very nice, very pink, and yet it's a little too light pink for me. And how do we change that? Well, again, this is all about what do you have at home on hand. I don't want to wait 2 or 3 days for an order maybe of some new supplies. I just need to crank something out. Well, chances are you can still make all of it work with whatever you have already. It's just you might need to be just a touch creative. So again, in breaking up the monotony of this light pink and a regular pink tail, now simply adding some polar chenille in fuchsia is going to really break up this light pink sort of theme we've got going. And that's what I want. So let me get my thread back here. Just going to grab onto a little trimmed out portion and get that wrapped right on top of the leather of the rabbit. So now what we'll do is we'll bring both of those together and we'll wrap both elements at the same time. And so what you're gonna end up with is a very fuchsia looking vein running through the flesh portion of this body. And let me just get my fingertips wet there. Just gonna kind of marry these two materials a little bit before I start wrapping. And just touching wraps with that leather, nothing crazy. Don't make it super complicated. And what you'll see as you start to get some wraps laid down is this is all going to release off of that core. And now, again, you'll have a very veined look from that polar chenille. And that on its own, it makes such a big difference, at least in my opinion, on fishing a pattern. You know, you can really highlight a couple trigger colors, even though it's a solid color looking fly. So this is, you know, generic terms, this is a very pink bunny leech, but you're going to see different tones coming out as we go. And there's no such thing as boredom when you do that. There's a lot of curiosity for the fish, and they're going to come over and inspect it. And by that time, the extra movement that we've built in here, are you kidding? Who's going to say no thank you? None of the fish I know. Just a little bit of cleanup work here on some of that leather. No, don't do that. Don't cut your thread. But if you do, if you had a nice little tie off there, you should be able to jump right back onto it. And voila, we're back in biz. No crying today, folks. Sorry. Just don't need it. Maybe next time, but not today. So as you can see here, we've got just a little bit of a neat thread neck going on there. There's still a little bit of this hide sticking up. There we go. Now I'm happy. So at this point, why not add just a touch more movement before we really bring this all together? I've got some crazy tipped crazy legs, I should say. And this is the salmon pink tipped hot pink. So you can see the main portion there being salmon pink goes right to hot pink. All I'm going to do is veil two legs over the thread, and I'm going to match up on both sides where those pink tips start, that hot pink. Let me bring this on top, and at this point separate the two out, and I'll bring two to your side with just a wrap of thread or two. So it's not going to sit completely on the side, and that's perfect. I don't necessarily want this teasing that hook point too much as it moves, just barely off to the side from off the top. And now go ahead and give these legs just a bit of a trim so that they match up with the end of our fly like so. And this thing is looking hot. One last element to get thrown in here, and I do have some Marabou in fluorescent fuchsia or fuchsia. And as you can see, yes, I've created a little tie-in point, but I've also removed the leading edge so that as I wrap this, the following edge will release its fibers. I don't want fibers from the entire feather. It really jumbles up the look, in my opinion, and I like it a little bit cleaner, but I also like to be in control of how much of that darker tone is coming off. And if you wrap with both sides of the feather or the fibers, man, it sure makes it tough, and I think it gets a little jumbled sometimes. So here we go. Just one side releasing its fibers here. I have a lot of control over the full coloration now of what my finished fly will be. And I'm thinking about 2 wraps here would be all we need. And let's see how this is going to look. And let me grab some more of that handy water I've got in a little dish here. Always on the tying desk. And that's about right. I'm liking that look. Let me get a couple secure thread wraps here. Grab that quill. And we are almost finished with this bad boy already. So there we go. Really make sure that quill is tied off well and snug. Carefully trim that out. I only say carefully because I don't think you guys could handle it if I cut my thread twice. I know I couldn't. Now we just got a little comb here. Just going to separate those fibers ever so slightly from our Marabou. Make sure we have that full coverage, and now come in and solidify all that goodness with some thread wraps. Voila. We're already at the whip finish. So not all these bugs need to be overcomplicated. I think this is a pretty unique and fun variant on a bunny leech, and yet it's just almost the same amount of time, almost, as tying a regular version. So why not make it unique, make it yours, make it work for you? I'm very confident that this fly is going to work the way I want it to, and it makes me happy to look at it in the box. Like, win-win, calling that good. Got a little loon hardhead cement here, hardhead clear. I'm just going to cover all these thread wraps with a nice even coat, as even as possible on this head cement. Try your best not to get a bunch of cement into your marabou or rabbit fibers, because they will soak that stuff up very quickly, and you will have a hot mess that doesn't move the right way. Don't want that. So take a little time, be patient, work that stuff all the way around, and look at that. Now you've got a bunny leech that will work for salmon, pink salmon, trout, bass, you name it, they're going to eat this thing. So hope you guys had fun. I always do. Always enjoy spending time with you guys. So if you would do me a favor though, please hit that like button, hit subscribe. We will see you all on the water.